it's one thing that Braun turns out to be the guardian of the Grail. That's just the Fisher King type shit. That was flipping. Then to see that Yakima, they were calling Satan's real name publicly as Mark because it's pun of Akuma. All right, that's another one. But now you got the Pope with all this other shit changing. And it's like this. You know, I don't mean to flip some of you out, but slowly but surely I have to get you to this level. Otherwise, you won't have the power that you need. And I'll remind you, you have to apply this shit selflessly. The Bloody Mary thing is a really good example. I'm going to give you why. Because, like when I say, my wife married me off to hell, little the goddess of death type shit, I was in a situation where drinking her vagina blood. Now, what I'm showing you is that there's another way where you could, where I was saying, if you doubted blood over intent and blood magic, then go mix up a Bloody Mary with vodka specifically. If you can get a woman to mix up some of her vagina blood in there, that would make it more mythical and more powerful. But just the vodka in there, the spirit. They call vodka alcohol spirits for a reason.
Yeah.
Bloody Mary is clearly a spirit in a mirror, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most people have heard, like you see Ghost Adventures. These beings are just a shadow of themselves. What I'm saying to you is that I know you've seen in videos spirits do spooky shit. You may have even heard of a spirit killing people and shit like that. And what I'm saying to you is that most people will not walk into their fucking bathroom, spin around saying Bloody Mary, with or without a candle. That would you don't get the concept of where Bloody Mary came from. This is Queen Mary, they killed her in 16 whatever, and they said to everybody, if you look in the mirror and spin around, whatever, and Queen whatever is going to come and get you, Bloody Mary. So they attach something to a force that has no blood of its own. I mean, this is like when I say to you to mix up like V8 as an example, V for vagina and like 8 like the feminine. They show you like the bottom of the 8 is bigger than the top of the 8. This is like the woman with the curves. And what I'm saying to you is that going in front of the mirrors, literally, Bloody Mary, the devil sent me. Yeah? And then you take this, you spin around 3 times, one time, and you take this cup and you visualize as you're drinking it that you're literally drinking it from the vagina of this Queen Mary Tudor. Not in your head, you're thinking still Bloody Mary spooky with a face down and hair like this, like they show you in videos. Like stupid videos. They always show you Bloody Mary. Like this, with like long hair, or they show you like a dark face that flashes for like just a fraction of a second, and you see the person can see it, they get flipped out. The spirit world in general, people, they'll say they don't believe in it, but then they won't walk into the fucking bathroom and do a Bloody Mary. I mean, how long did it take you to come to the realization that this is not going to get you possessed or spooked out or anything like this? This is like people.
It takes some time.
You're worried about demons or whatever, being possessed. You'd be so lucky. I don't even know, like, hold on. I'm telling you, doesn't matter what name you call it. If I had my own adventure, ghost show, whatever, the minute I got to the place, I'd be spilling up some fucking blood, and I'd be calling out the ghost and making a very clear point. You're just a shadow of your motherfucking self. You're already dead. You're not here, mixing with the living every day and affecting shit. So you threw some fucking plates off my fucking refrigerator. I mean, this, you think ghosts are so mythical, they can throw plates in videos. What do they do with plates? They move chandeliers. How is that bringing forth heaven and earth? Explain this to me. You got all this mythical power. You got no fucking body. You can make that chandelier move. Make that fucking plate fall off the wall. I assure you. They're already dead. They can't make atonement for their filthy souls, sir. You know, you're in the land of the dead in this body or without a body. I mean, this is funny. You're already legally dead. But somehow, so, you get all spooked out about spirits or something like this. The real power is in the blood. And spirits have, guess what? 9 to spell up to make the atonement for their filthy soul. And this is God's law. And animal sacrifices are insufficient. And I assure you, the spirits get behind you when you stand in this type of thing, because they're dead, but now they can see it. But nobody else that they can see it to help in the spirit world. You know, they want to help people go down the right path. Where would a spirit even begin to get you on that track? Like a spirit said, to your mind, you're on a flat earth plane. You'd have to start researching flat earth and then get used to the idea of Satan talking about one side, I mean, there's just so much stuff that you're legally dead already. You're being sold on the stock exchange that you just want your ass stretched, your mouth stretched, and your pussy stretched. It's that. What I'm saying is that people really love the abuse. They enjoy it. I mean, some of the best porn probably we like to watch is like the one where, it's just funny. It's like you don't watch porn with like people like, oh, I love you, kissing. I mean, you watch porn to see people bumping uglies, this type of shit. So what I'm saying is like, why is you never left Egypt, or Sodom and Gomorrah never was blown up. You're living in it right now. You know, people they like Babylon and shit. You know,
But this is Babylon.
When I say everybody's being watched, you can't. Let me put it like this: the universe needs to balance out, and if it needs to balance out, it's because it's watching and taking notes, and it knows it has to balance out, or it's gonna do some shit. So, when I say the collective consciousness of the whole, like the sun, is reading shit off the Akashic record, and you're looking at it, and it's giving it to you, or you're not looking at the sun, and it's burning all your stupid shit that you're doing into the Akashic record for future generations to see what the fuck these people were thinking back then. Until this guy stepped up and said, look, it doesn't matter if it's Bloody Mary or whatever fucking being. If it's a female being or a male being, you know, what I'm saying is this concept of spilling up your blood for a being that's already dead. Why would you do such? I mean, I do it for the living and the dead, and you know, people who aren't even born yet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like no soul.
That's why you have to talk to them.
They may not have a body, it may be Bloody Mary, but she's still got a soul. It's just trapped in a mirror, and people are, and it's just the whole shit that's thrown up at people at this point. All I see is like, unless they're like part of like this little community, I don't see any intelligence out there at all. I mean, even if I was to pick up like a new career tomorrow, like if I said I'm not doing plumbing, I'm going to be a doctor tomorrow. You know, in like 48 hours time, I'm going to watch every fucking surgery video there ever was published. You know, and I'd be like a master knowing shit, just like you know how to put your key in the door when you leave the house and lock it, walk to your car or whatever, unlock the door. I mean, this is like shit you do every day, right? So I pick up on shit pretty quick. It's like I said, I've only been plumbing for a year. That's a lot of shit to learn. I can get around to today's video. I'll get it up there like an hour after we're done talking. But you see a lot of cool shit I've learned. And people who, I mean, if you didn't like what you were doing today, people, a job is just over broke. The employer pays you just enough so you don't quit, and you work just enough so you don't get fired. That's a shit. So,
yeah. And I always see you talking to people too, like, because like you're putting up your blood up there for them, in whatever way, and like you have to address them, even if they're like spirits. Like you have to talk to them. Like you can't really be afraid of them. You can't ignore them, especially if they're the ones that are there using your blood.
I can tell you this: I'm surrounded by like a gang of motherfucking invisible beings. That, you know, like people around me, yeah, all the time. I mean, doesn't matter where I go. It's just weird shit. And it's not an accident. Like when you think of Khan in the Star Trek Discovery, he had his 72 family members, like the 72 genie of the Arabian Nights. Plus Khan, or like Satan. So when I say like this Prince of Demons type shit, and you think I'm crazy, you would never think to print off a demon sigil, put your blood on front back. You'd be watching EA co-waiting, telling you set up a whole fucking thing. Oh, really? That was the fucking most ridiculous thing ever. No, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And it's that nothing about those other beings that you see doing magic or whatever, they're talking shit. They're never self. I've never seen anybody talking selfish shit ever. When have you ever seen a magician do it? I just saw somebody publish a book. I want to win the jackpot. I had to republish a lotto showing you the lotto's rigged, just like the Super Bowl's rigged. They printed the fucking Patriot winning T-shirts and started selling them on the TV a week early, so that you would know, whoever was trying to pay attention. It was like if you were in the betting thing, you could have bet on this game and won. I mean, I deleted the video. You know, but the Patriots won anyways. You know, it just shows the story. It's all rigged. All the numbers, the 53s, and all the people that are associated with this whole enterprise, flat out tell you, it's fucking entertainment. So they can rig it, somehow get away with it, and take the monies and bet on that shit. Las Vegas gambling, whatever. You know, betting on sports is a big business. If you finally come to the realization it's rigged, it's like what I'm saying. Somebody says the game ain't rigged, and I'm gonna tell you, running down the clock in itself is rigging the game. That means that there's 5 minutes on the shot on the clock, and you're not gonna give it your all. You're just gonna down or whatever, just fuck off. I mean, where's the sportsmanship about that? You know, you're not going to give it your all to the very end of the game. The whole thing is rigged. From guys missing passes to whatever. We know they're professionals. I'm just saying that. The fact that anybody bets on sports in general, it's like the lotto shit. I mean, I see people at the lotto that spend all this money on it. I see them pulling shit out their wallet. I'd laugh at it. And I'm thinking to myself, you know, you're a fucking fool. I mean, you see that guy on TV that won the lottery? I assure you, the guy that they're telling you about, who says he rigged the lottery, he was talking in front of Congress and shit. He's like, yeah, I would give him the numbers. They would then just give me half of the money, you know, or this type of thing. And what I'm saying to you is, he did this in all kinds of states. So just remember, people commit a lot of crimes. Just the ones they know for sure about are the ones they're telling you. 5 states. Bullshit. Only 5 states? This motherfucker was onto something. He'd have been giving this shit out for, like, look what I figured out. Pay me $1 million and I'll show you how to do this and it'll expand into your state. What I'm saying is that for you to suggest for a second that it was just those 5 fucking states makes you, it's like saying that you're using the Onion browser and that you're surfing the internet, you know, anonymously. The U.S. Navy intelligence made the fucking browser, and you're going to sit here and tell me that you're not fucking retarded because of the blood. Don't put your blood on that. Jesus put his blood up for you, motherfucker. They stole your soul print off your foot of birth. Your soul, your money says in God we trust on a separation of church and state. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's separation of church and state. But your leaders swear on a fucking Bible. Yeah. Okay? Don't tell me about separation. The CIA stands for the Catholic Intelligence Office. It's ran by Jesuits. They got the whole fucking city of, like, Langley where they could set up they have all kinds of shit they can set up. Everybody is, like, somehow convinced that what they're doing is the right thing to do for whatever money that they make, working with this organization that's supposedly trying to protect us from some, like, if you really think Kim Jong-un or any of these other motherfuckers out there are a threat to the United States, that's kind of funny. The biggest threat to the United States is you for not doing anything. You're supposed to be blood thick with your countrymen, natural. You're going to go stand side by side with them and go to war, die beside them, but you can't stand here before war and just unite peacefully, blood thick, bound in truth. This is, no, so flippy sick to me. Being the devil isn't as glamorous as people like, but I can tell you this. Nobody enters the house of living waters before Satan. And if you think Admiral Richard Byrd and Semi, this is kind of funny. He went there as the fucking postmaster and was rejected. He went there to open up. Like, you can't mail a letter out to somebody until there's a postmaster that set up some sort of communication where you have a zip code. You know what I'm saying? So if you wanted to mail a letter to Shambhala or a package or whatever, there would have to be that postal service in there, which is part of that intelligence. Anything that, look it up, the mail service, they don't fuck around. You're gridded up. You have a telephone number that they can track. You have your social security number you can track. You have a fucking address. You have credit cards. You're on the run. They tell you, don't use your cell phone. Don't use your credit cards. You literally might as well, if you're white, shave your head if it's not already shaved and paint yourself black. I mean, you get a new identity. This type of shit. An identity. You know? What I'm saying is that, let me see your ID. This is flippy. To me, being asked to see my ID, it's like, that should flip you out. Show me your identification, you know? Mm-hmm. And on it's got your name, your address, your this, your that. I mean, they've got you cornered up in so many different ways. They got your medical records, they got your education records, they know your birth records, who's part of your family tree. If you want to know why it doesn't matter what church. It's all abundant life, this type of shit. But none of them get any life. You've been reading this Bible for so long, and you haven't gotten any smarter. Now I stumble and say, look, Jesus can't save you. They tell you clearly right over here, 2 Corinthians 4:4. And it's for a reason, because Jesus turns out to be the motherfucking Son, and the Son of God. So, to think that anybody can grasp into this shit, it would take them years. I mean, it's the Kundalini type shit. I don't believe it's Kundalini. That's fun. You get horny, hungry, a pain in your heart, a frog in your throat, you get a headache, your scalp, you got your soles of your feet, 2 below you. You have your angel wings at 3 above you and your halo. I'm telling you, people. Where would you begin? It's like the pineal gland thing. You want to open up your pineal gland? How to decalcify your pineal gland? Let me tell you how to decalcify your pineal gland. Give worship, and everybody's like the dearest to you. You know, like you hold people dear. It's like I hold everybody dear around me. Yes, sir. Thank you for my opportunity, sir. It's literally, this is what I'm saying. I hold everybody around me dear, and you know, I want to. No soul left behind. Everybody else. You know, it's like how many people. Like this week on the job, I made a video showing my middle finger was cut like today, and you'll see it in the video today. It was like in the same spot. And I wiped it on my leg, and it said, "I intend to bring forth heaven and earth," and everybody was around me. And nobody's flipped out about it because I've already acclimated. You know, I acclimated people quick to who I am. I told you can't be a vampire. They say if you're a vampire, you can't cross the threshold of like people's homes or businesses type of shit. You know, tell them that this is the type of being you are. Kids, you say, kids are so mean, they say the craziest things. Maybe they wouldn't, you know, if you didn't raise your kids, you know. My son, don't be making fun of me. He already knows 3 fingers are pointing back. I'm telling you, my son's already been shown that if he it immediately comes back to my son quick. If he picks on somebody, I can see it happen right in like a short time. Something that other parents or other people won't pick up because I'm not a child anymore. I've been beat up, fucked up. Horrible shit's happening. That's what you have to go through. Horrible shit. Otherwise, how would you know that all this horrible shit is happening to you about you're legally dead and all that? If I didn't get beat up, turned into a flat. No, look, I was a flat earther first. That happened, and what I'm just saying is that I went from like, look at all the flat earthers, they're all fucking retarded. And I know I'm talking about Holy Grail shit. I'm just saying that this is the adversary that people have to go through. Adversary. Satan is the adversary. Is Satan really the adversary if after all that shit, you got real intelligence? It's not about the money. Your money is useless. Your creator's watching. And if you think your creator needs fucking money, I assure your creator's motherfucking pissed that the money even says in God we trust on it's worthless fucking paper. It's not backed by gold. It's backed by your fucking slavery and your stupidity. So I assure you, when you see shit like, the Pope and all the leaders are bowing down to him and all these leaders are swearing in a Bible, and if you think they're swearing in a Quran or some other thing, that's kind of funny. The Pope stepped up and claimed ownership of the world and then came out publicly and said, don't argue with Satan. He's too... Satan is really the ruler of this world. He changes the story like in a second. And don't argue with the devil. This is... Because somehow it's written into canon law. And I think my mother's maiden name is King. There's something in you that carries down. Like they show you that the soldier, this guy that they make him go. What was that word? The assassins, whatever. Assassin's Creed, where they send him back in time to where his ancestors. They could only do it because it was in their blood. There was something that transfers. When you bang somebody, you have a baby. There's some sort of thing that transfers through there. That's why you have your mother's maiden name. You remember your last name. You get married, the woman gives away her name to her husband, right? And then it becomes a maiden name. And I'm just saying in general that this is kind of deep. I wouldn't know how people even comprehend this shit. I mean, y'all worry about the Pope and all this shit. It's kind of funny. The more wealth you think you hold, the less power you really have. It's like you could be the most billionaire's guy in the world. I assure you. When you get to that abyss, if you ever do make it there, okay, your Mirage Mountain, okay, they're going to send your ass packing. Because only the devil hides his intent. I've already made the atonement for my soul. I've shown proof of life, this type of thing. I'm public standing here. I don't give a fuck what anybody believes. You hear what I say? I'm the spirit. This shit is not supposed to happen in reversal like that. Not on literally every fucking... I mean, if people really were... Yeah.
Well, like when you say that you're destiny.
Anything that I've published, I imagine somebody should have been already obsessed with like reversing all of my shit because I've already chopped the head off your gut. Don't you dare say, God bless you, God loves you, I love you. I mean, why not all over that shit? That's the ones I'm going to show you from today in the truck. It's like I keep running the same type of shit over it. It's like, how is it that silly human slave turns out to be feels, then we heal us? This is like when David John Oates says, the secrets to the subconscious mind. He's pitching all his shit to psychologists and business owners that, there's something deeper that you can find out about your client. They're going to tell you your problems. You're going to read their problems into this, and we're going to play it back and decode their solution. Mm-hmm. The psychiatrist is going to have you tell them what your fucking mental problems are, record them, and play your words back. And David John Oates has a 1-year class. I was just watching the video. Like, pitching psychiatrists. And he's saying, this is a tool that's going to benefit you. It's going to benefit this military, this organization. How was... Aleister Crowley was talking about this shit way back then. Do you think backwards records? This has been kept from you. It's out. Nobody's safe anymore. Everything began with the what? It starts as an idea in your head. It's not here until what do? You spit it out your fucking mouth, and somebody else hears it. Now they start thinking, oh, I want one of those. Holy shit. Oh, I can make one of those. Well, thanks for teaching me how to make this. People, whatever they tell you, in the beginning was the word, that thing that went out. Otherwise, before the word went out, it was just an idea. Nobody heard the idea. It was just in your idea. You had to bring the thought into reality. You wrote it down, an idea. You made plans that you were going to stick to, this type of thing, right? You draw shit out. And you know, like you're drawing out something, like a result. You want to draw something out of the universe. Like I wanted to draw something out of Bloody Mary as the devil. You saw me on video. I'm the fucking devil. You will show me your face or expire. You will join me in blood or expire. Nobody talks to Bloody Mary this way. I mean, you won't even go in the bathroom and go, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, 3 times. Let alone say, you're going to fucking expire. The fucking devil, the angel of death is one with me. You know, it's like, it's join me, or you're just going to expire in general. Because, if, you know, somebody could say this type of shit on video and try and draw. So it's like, you're trying to pick a fight. Like, you used to see in Ghost Adventures, they always like to pick a fight to draw a spirit out. And now they're not like that anymore. They don't antagonize shit like that. They'll show you, this guy's, he gets tattoos on his body now to try and protect himself from stupid shit. It's like, if he walked in the house first, everybody says the place is fucking haunted. You've seen shit, you guys see shit, whatever, some video, blah, 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 blah. The more shit I hear, it's like, are you all fucking retarded? It's like, they have no fucking blood. They can move plates, open doors, you know, manipulate shit for you. So if they have no blood to make an atonement for their filthy soul, and you step up for a spirit like this, listen, they say demons are attractive to the blood. Now you know why. It's like they have no blood to spill. They can't make that atonement. They have to stick to you and help you and do cool shit for you because nobody else will. Who the fuck would even think to make an atonement for somebody else's soul? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck would? You don't even think to make an atonement for your own soul, let alone somebody else's soul. And if you're thinking about making an atonement for your soul with your blood, it's because you met me or one of my blood family. Correct? There's no, everybody knows, Jesus, Zacharias, it was his blood. If that was the motherfucking case, I wouldn't be standing here as a slave beside you. You know what I mean? This type of shit. Would it? No. God, if you only knew how horrible it really was.
Yeah, like they think that they're all saved already, just because like they reasoned it out themselves. That's not even the case.
Look, I know people think superpowers is the problem. That's the joke. It's like you got to have superpowers because you're in fear of what? Why can't you just be happy, united, in a common cause of like everybody getting the best of everything? I mean, it's like, why am I the one who has to fucking throw this shit out there? Why is it not nobody else is throwing this shit out there? I mean, who's ever told you to do selfless blood match? I mean, when have you ever seen a magician do something selfless? I mean, this is funny. Every video you watch, I want money, wealth, fame, fortune, a lot, whatever the fuck it is. It's always about you wanting shit. Yeah, I'm like wanting to give away all my wishes and type of shit to people. Right? You know, I've had all the money in the world before. I've been without money in the world, and I'm telling you, the happiest I've been is when I was a plumber. Nobody fucks with me. You can see I get away going to work. Nobody looks at me. Nobody bothers me. Nobody's gonna fuck with me. It's just. This is like the coolest shit. I get away. It's like, I don't do service calls. No, I just go to one job. I'm not like one of those service plumbers like I was at Moody, where I did new construction and service, that type of shit. Like, I got up doing construction, and I was on a fucking call. And I got 8 o'clock at night. I don't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning because you got a fucking clog in the house. I got to go on the roof and fucking send sick an hour do this type of shit. And, you know, I know the overtime is good or whatever. I'm just saying, it's cooler now because you get to see. I get to work. I jump the car. I go pick up some supplies. I go to the install. Do it. Fix this. Do that. I mean, and I'm videotaping, so you know nobody's fucking with me at all. Let me see anybody get away with that shit. I mean, I haven't seen anybody get away with that shit. Who does that? Who fucking does it all day? Every step I'm a nil. I mean, I can't do it every step because I'm a plumber. I get shit wet or whatever. But I'm just saying, nobody would think to go to their job tomorrow as a salesperson and say, look, I work for this company, and this is what the fuck we sell. You know, whatever the fuck it is. And my boss is paying me to sit here on the phone and call this list of customers. Your boss would be flipped out if you did shit like that. He'd be like, you're exposing company secrets and horrible shit. I don't want people seeing inside of our business. You know, it's like there was something to hide. Like you're a dirty company or something. If anybody told me to stop filming, I would think there was something criminal about you. What are you trying to hide? You know what I mean? Why are you filming everything? Because it's my ass on the line, not yours, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. If the job doesn't get past inspection, and there's all kinds of inspection, gas inspection, electrical inspection, plumbing inspection. No, it's inspector after inspector after inspector after inspector. You can't possibly imagine. So, like you'll see today, I was showing you the beer place that I'm working at. You can see I got all the beer taps running beer today. You'll see the videos. I got the fucking coolers up and I mean, all kinds of cool shit. I mean, this is like, it's like I'm being paid to have fun all day. This is like the greatest thing. And what I'm saying to you, where I was before, like, I had a sales type company, you know, and then I like retired of that and went into like YouTube type shit, and nobody bothered me to get away with it. It was YouTube. I was able to sit at home doing YouTube long enough to where the checks started coming in and nobody questioned what I was doing. It was just, it was okay, because everybody knew you better have what at the end of the week, your paycheck, or at the end of 2 weeks, you know. And I'm just saying, sales and having to play a law of averages and shit. I mean, you feel like you got to drive a fancy car, you got to have all this gaudy shit. I used to wear Rolex. I mean, I used to feel like I had to impress people. I don't care. I show you the fucking ugliest pair of workers. You'll never see a pair worn down to the fucking, down the middle. You just won't see it. I've never seen it. I've seen a little slip like this on somebody's boots. But these boots are still that comfortable. Where I can be on my knees all day and just, it's, or in the rough all day, and somehow it's day by day shaving these things down, you know, to literally the metal, but they're still perfectly shaped. They're just ugly. The heel's not missing. It's like, I haven't even worn down the... Don't misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm just saying that this is not an accident to me. When they say walk in someone else's shoes, and I make a video, do I have any takers that will walk in these shoes? I mean, it's just... I've been through a lot of crazy. To walk in my shoes, it means you'd have to go through the cops doing horrible shit to you, go through... And then, because you got video of them that was already on YouTube that they couldn't get back, you were now considered to be that T-word, and you had to be brought to that. And listen, every city has one. Every police station has a specific place where they bring that type of person, where they can be tortured, and it's no cameras, nothing, and that's what they do. And I got the scars and the shit to show for it. And what I'm saying to you is that this type of shit, you'd have to go through to walk in these type of shoes, because I don't like live in fear. It's like I've already been, I'm just happy to be alive and not in jail. You know what I mean? I have a place to go to every day or whatever, you know? It's like, your family doesn't just sit, your child has to go to school. That's like, no, I mean, if you're going to sit around and homeschool, I mean, that's cool. I homeschooled my child naturally. You're supposed to be educating your children since birth. It's like, who taught them their first language? Your kid went to school speaking a language for sure. Whether they knew how to write or not, they learned how to speak it from the parents, right? Mm-hmm. Type of shit, and finally they go up to school and they're taught letters or whatever. I was teaching my son shit in the crib, you know, like way in advance. You know, just the very idea, you know, send him off to school is so he can mingle with other people and not grow up to be a fucking weirdo like you or whatever, you know. Yeah. You know, like one of those people who breastfeed their child till they're 14. This is fucking crazy. I mean, just squirt it into a cup form. I mean, feed it from in a glass, like a, you know, like, sir, you're going to make him come sit over here on your bosom like this in front of a bunch of people that never seen anything like that. I mean, that's crazier than me standing here with the devil doing blood magic. And I can tell you this. People should be doing that Bloody Mary thing I said. At 3 a.m., you do it 3 times. Devil, I'm sorry, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. devil sent me. You spin around, you take a sip of that V8, or however you can make your homemade shit, tomato juice, whatever the fuck it is. But it's that tomato-based Bloody Mary. And it's got a vodka, a spirit in there. And you see they put the celery in there. And this is the sell her ray, like ray, like a ray of light. You know, you capture something. You know, they maybe look like shadow people out there. You know, like Ghost shows it's a shadow or it's an orb or something like this. It's that you're a star at your heart, you know, and, you know, you're like vibrating frequency, you know. These guys, shadow people here, they're so shaped like, you know, some of them got hats and very unique shapes that clearly define them, you know, as, what I'm saying to you is, it's not something that, it's like when people fear all kinds of shit. I mean, unless it's a rabid animal, a crazy person running at you, like, making you fight or flight. You know, it's like, I don't think people can handle the shit going on in my head.
Yeah.
I don't want to, like before I was person. I mean, there's just a whole list of shit that I can keep thinking, remembering, and bursting out saying, how the fuck don't you see this? You know, it's impossible. You know, you're going to not stand for the national anthem. You're going to kneel. They're going to tell you, it's sort of like, do you stand or sit when you pee? You're a football player. Tell me, do you stand or sit when you piss? You know, it's like, you stand, or it's just, it's not whether you stood or saluted, it was that there was the wrong fucking flag. You're supposed to have this, your civilian flag with the stripes go up and down. So if you're at war, like we're at wartime, which means that you're under martial law right now. So people say, oh, we're at martial law and shit like that, or World War III starting or shit like this. This is kind of funny to me. World War II never ended, it's still going on, and martial law is what happens when you're at war. You're under martial law right now. You can't travel without a passport and IDs and everything is... You think you're not under martial law? Every frickin'... Not only is traitor capturing everything, but I'm telling you this, there's some other people that are out there capturing it, you know. It's like they're watching me, the devil. Am I worried that there's cameras that... I went up to work. They're going to set up cameras on me. I don't give a fuck who the fuck is watching. I don't care. It's like, I told you, I own your soul already. You got nowhere to run to. I don't care if you're the president. What are you going to do? You won't cross that gate. And like I said, nobody gets this far. It's that, it's just, this is something like, you just got to let it roll forward. It's like, what are you going to do, guy? Yeah, there's these flat earthers over here. This guy's talking about the girly girl. They got all this info. You can't be telling me you're a detective or a CIA agent and not put all the shit together that I'm putting together. You know, at some point, you're going to realize you can't say you're an you can't step to me and say you're with the CIA. I'm going to fucking laugh.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you. You have no fucking... How do you say you're an intelligence organization when you have zero fucking intelligence? And then it turned out to be the Catholic intelligence agency. Okay, Catholics don't even believe that their Earth is flat. They all think they're fucking monkeys floating on a ball, teaching their kids about that's not all right. No. You're better off being like a Mormon in your own little town and being raised in the weird clothes, and you know, there's that show, Escaping whatever, Mormon Town or whatever, I forget what the name is, but you see these people that have grown up on these farms now go out into reality, and they're like, holy shit, I like that bitch. They're gonna divorce their wife now, they've been, you know. Now, I can sell these other things. They don't dress like that. These are dirty, slutty skirts, and they smell real pretty. They don't smell like manure or something. You see what I'm saying? It's like they got out of a cage or something and stepped into, it's like out of the frying pan and into the fucking fire. Like you left your little shitty Mormon town. We're all looking at you like you're fucking ready to get on our horses and shit. Yeah, talking about your Bible and shit. You can't even see. You're going to tell me you're a Bible professional, but you never read that this is Satan's world or something like this. And then Satan steps up and tells you, I'm standing here in blood, all you're listening to the Bible. I know where the founder of it is, the Garden of Eden, all this shit. to rub in your face, but if somebody had more than just a little bit of information, like how to write a book or something, they would have already stepped forward and done this type of shit. Yeah, how could you go to a place and then not come back here? And it didn't happen because they were told, nah, bye-bye. You got to be by the book. This is all unfolding like a book. I mean, people, I don't work. I'm going to live, I tell people. I tell you flat out. You think vampires bite at people's necks? You think these royals are out there? Listen. They're killing people to take their pineal glands to get high on that adrenaline. Try drinking some pussy juice sometime and then see how you end up turning into a fucking guy like me who's like, I don't see any obstacles that I really couldn't overcome. So, like, there's an obstacle there, but it's not really an obstacle. When I get to it, I'm going to communicate with it in such a way that it's going to feel its best interest is to just come along for the ride, because I didn't take your money, your worship, your advice. What the fuck do I owe you? You should be...
It's like the Wizard of Oz.
How the fuck is it possible? Your church... Fuck you. They take your money, and it's supposed to be related to your creator or God. What the fuck would a God in general want your money for? What makes them so godly to take your money so they can perpetuate you on something where they're taking more people's money and making them more stupid, and tell me about your baptism? I don't care. It doesn't matter what religion you think you are. You get all your energy from one sun, and you feed it to the other sun. Doesn't matter what names you throw at it. God's name is the name never to be spoken. It's like this force is uncatchable. If you found out a name of God, that was the joke. It clearly couldn't be your God because God is nameless. It's not something, you know, you say it's the grand architect. But you didn't say it was the grand architect, Tommy. It's nothing. It wasn't grand architect Susan. Yeah, it was just an idea of an architect alone, that there's an architect, that there's a creator. Mm-hmm. But for you to attach any Yahweh, Most High, whatever, that's just like, what the fuck did you just do? It's like, now you're no longer one with that thing. You've stepped outside of it, and now you're questioning all the shit that's happening. I'm not questioning that I've been shot, stabbed, all this horrible shit's happened to me, whatever. I don't question it. I know. Here I am in the future, and I saw through all that fucking shit I've been through. Look what's become of me. Nobody bothers me. Before, it was like, think of that. People, oh God, it's like you didn't have a minute to yourself. One of the things it's, can you put that in over there if you get a chance before you leave it? You could leave at 3 today, or, you know, it's just, I'm out the door at 3, normally every day. Before, it was totally different. So one thing too, just in general, people have, oh, you're a plumber type. Yeah, people think plumbers are this or that. But I imagine, I'm not just a plumber. I'm doing all kinds of other shit now. So you probably should just classify me as one of those butt crack type of guys, because you'll never see my fucking butt crack. I have the sense to at least tuck in a bottom shirt, put on my pants, put it up, and then place the other shirt over it. So when I'm thinking over, my shirt came with this little second one, you know, like, you'll never see a plumber crack. I'm just saying. And, you know, and I know most of the plumbers you see out there, once they're, whatever time it is, the first place they go to the gas station to get a 4-pack, and they're drinking it in the fucking company van on the way home. Some of them even been busted, and their employers, they've been with so long that they had the breath thing placed in their plumbing van so that, just to make sure that van or truck wouldn't start until they blew, and they're fucking thing. And their boss lets it. They're fucking, no, I'm telling. So, it's like, I'm not saying you should go smoke weed all day as a plumber or an electrician or whatever it is, but I'm sure that, you know, yeah, they're going to drug test you once. I mean, probably in the beginning, maybe you could quit for a couple of weeks or whatever, pass your test, and nobody would be suspecting anything. The only When they suspect a problem with you is when you come in and you have liquor on your breath. That's when I see it. I smell liquor on other people's breath. And I can see when they talk to the boss, they try and stay far. They can try and put Listerine in their mouth, but whatever you put in your mouth was a dead giveaway. Yeah. It was the giveaway. We know you're drinking again, or you wouldn't have that smell of gum in your mouth trying to overcome something like the liquor you just drank. And do what you want. I'm not, don't misinterpret me. I'm just saying this type of work is, it's not like a hazardous type of thing. Most people that do like the type of shit I do, the last thing your boss is worried about is you smoking weed at home at nighttime. The last thing they'll probably be suspecting is you doing anything bad in their company until they smell something like alcohol. Alcohol is the killer. I'm just telling you, alcohol is the killer. You know when you smell somebody drunk. If I smell my boss with liquor on his breath, or I know, I'm not saying the owner of the company, but the person that she's placed there to manage us, say, here, go do this job, go. This guy. I'm just saying that in general. It's not every day or anything like that, but you know when this shit happens. How do you not know when somebody's been drinking or smoking or something like that? So, one of the things I was trying to just remind you about this whole plumbing thing is like plumb. The earth is flat. It's like the first flat earth video was showing you that buildings would go up crooked because the plumb wants, if the earth is round, then the plumb is going to want to point to the center of that round thing. When you move the plumb over here, it's now this direction and it's still wanting to go this way. So I know you think, well, buildings aren't big enough that they wouldn't go crooked. No, you're a fucking retard. You're so fucking filthy retarded that they tell you it's the horizon, horizontal. It's sea level. You can see it. I'm just telling you, everything's so impossible. I don't understand how you wouldn't see how I would turn into something like this once you capture a specific amount of knowledge about demons, angels, your creator, the universe, all kinds of shit. You start to realize that, my God, it's so much knowledge you can't even give it away. If you make a video, people will think you're fucking crazy and leave stupid comments. Because it's just, it's just kind of funny. When I say there's no intelligent life out there,